January 9th, and kind of just doing a quick survey. Left off last, I think on Monday, with this area kind of getting cleaned up, dug out the shelf and whatnot. You can watch it. But so I've kind of made my way over to the weather camera. Whether or not this will focus in on that. But yeah, you can see outside. There's its controller box. Now, an eon ago, maybe a year or so, I wrote some software that could control the camera, and it resides on this computer here. But that was quite some time ago, and you know, I've progressed and gotten better at writing programs, so I'm reevaluating that software. So maybe I'll play around with that a little bit. But the meantime, and the big part, is to kind of get more of this stuff cleared out. Like the shelf, probably don't need, and you know, like this printer, I don't think it actually works, so that probably either should go for teardown or disposal or scrapping. Sorting cables, what goes to computers, what goes back down, some more of that kind of general stuff. We do have this, you know, towering behemoth of ClearTalk stuff hanging out, and I really don't know that much about it. I just thought it was like a big mixer thing, but apparently there's I guess a computer in here maybe? I don't know, there's a Windows sticker, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, those are a dime a dozen, so. But anyways, some of this needs to go in some of this, so maybe we can plug some of it in just to get it off the top of there and whatever. So a little bit of that, a little bit more cleaning up of the master control. It's like this mic is, I don't think, used anymore, and that mic there, so some of this stuff can get picked up and cleaned up, and that probably can get put in the rack, maybe right there or something, or down here, it doesn't matter. Anywho, just a little bit of more cleaning up, picking up, and oh, looks like another mic crane came in. There's no base for it. Anyways, so that's where I'm going to start, and I'm just going to start kind of picking up a little bit. So, it's a little bit later, and I said I was going to stop, at least in my mind, I said I was going to stop once I reached the weather camera station. And I hoped that would take a couple of hours. It's taken more like 3 or 4 hours to get cleaned up. But now we at least have, let me see if I can find a good shot of this. We have kind of this whole area is now cleaned out. All the equipment that was here is gone. All the monitors and distribution amps and all that stuff has been moved back down to storage, so we have all this space to work with. And I took Bruce's workstation. I think this is Bruce's workstation. Let me know, Bruce. I kind of took it apart and put it back together, give it a good old cleaning and everything. I don't know if you need these guys up here, Bruce, but yeah, they're there. So, and I'll bring an iron that we have over here. I think it was down in the electronics lab, but there's been a lot of activity down in there because nobody's down there right now. So we're going to bring that up here because I think it'll get a little bit more usage up here. All the cameras, no, the wrong one. All the cameras that are for scrap have been, you know, boxed. Right here under this is the power supplies, all for new cameras, BNC, and then my Ethernet cables, I don't know if it'll adjust, are hiding in a box in there, just kind of out of the way for right now. So that's cleaned up. Radio has kind of cleaned up now. I don't know anything about the radio guys. Enos, Bruce, anybody, somebody. Would it be better to move this off your table and put it in this rack somewhere? I mean, if, you know, I just kind of go across, you know, there's a couple computers here, but this could easily, you know, get rearranged, and we could put this equipment over here. So, I don't know what would be best. Let me know. I mean, it kind of looks, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm looking at, actually. I know nothing about radio. But there's still some equipment underneath the desk there that needs to get pulled out. It's either your guys's or whatever. I just need to know. Still haven't gotten to what is this? The Wheatstone, very much so. There's still some stuff on it and under it. But yeah, it is what it is right now. So that's all good. And so that's set up. So we've got one workstation up here. Actually, we got several workstations now, which is kind of interesting. But we've got the one workstation, which I guess is Bruce's, but I'm pretty sure Bruce wouldn't mind sharing with people. So we got that. We'll have the radio workstation here and set up. Looks like we've already got the scope up here and either been playing with it or trying to figure out what's wrong with the rest of that gear. Cool. I don't know if this will be a station, but it'll be a place. Then we'll have master control console station for people working to make the live stream cool and all that jazz. And then we've got another workstation down here just for temporary projects. I kind of like the idea of this portable or this fold-away table. You know, we can work on projects. We get done, we tear the table down and fold it up against the wall, and it opens up this space again for dance parties. I have no idea. And then radio, of course, down this way, and is its own kind of studio workspace. Call it my home away from home. I don't know. But there we go. That is all of that, and I think I might just have a couple of minutes to see if I can get the WeatherCam controller computer back up and running. And so Friday, no, I'll be when I have time, when I'm sitting at home and don't have anything better to do, I can, you know, come into it from the outside, write some code, send up some test software. So I'm going to boot the computer and see if it actually is still live. Well, we push the power button, the lights come on. Looks like we got some, hey, here's a sign of life. We got some lights on, good. Some Windows XP loading. Don't know if I have a network connection, because that's an absolute have to have for this idea. So shiny I can see myself. Let's see. Can't read it, but there says no network connection. No network for you. Okay. Well, just so happen. Oh, that's an. What the hell is that? Oh, that's a camera feed. Okay, well, I happen to have a nice big box cat cable, just so handy. I'm gonna dig through my wonderful box, climb behind here, and see if I can get some network back here. So apparently I already had a cable. It's a green one back there. It's a little too short for now having all the hooks on the wall, but you know, okay, so I'll have to get up here with a box of actual Cat 5 and run it properly. But for tonight, that should be good enough to get me online enough so I could start running test code, start playing with capturing the camera, that kind of thing. So in short order, I was able to get the computer back up and running. It seems to be perfectly fine. It still has a lot of dust probably in it and around it, but whatever. So I updated the team viewer, so I should be able to get in and send new code and all kinds of jazz. Just kind of for note, if that comes into focus at all, we're talking, it's a Pentium 4 3.2 gigahertz with 1.5 gig of RAM. I don't know if that'll be enough. I always want more power. No, I don't know. What I'm thinking right now is what I'd like to do is have this machine here encode the weather cam into it, and then possibly send that data to this one, which then is actually the computer that's responsible for client not client communication, but creating the stream that we want to send out to anybody who wants to use it as, you know, as a video stream. How I actually do that, I don't have a clue yet, but it has to be possible. I can't imagine it isn't. But this computer here will do all of the capturing and imaging, and then it'll create, what I'd like to create is UDP sockets of MJPEG packets, which represent a frame, and just broadcast those to whatever. And then this computer, or anybody else who wants to pick up on the UDP packet, can watch the camera live. That might cause network havoc, I don't know, and it might only work in this building. Again, I don't know, but it'd be fun to find out. So there we go. I now have the client on my phone. Maybe you can't see, but anyways, I'm connected to the system, and that's pretty cool. So that's all set up. So now I should be able to dump code while I'm here. Disconnect. And there. One of the things I should do while I'm here is I did write this program in the past, and in theory it should still execute. It may have not been the best program in the world I ever wrote, but it should still run. And there it is. Well, you might be able to see that. But there's the weather camera on this computer. The resolution is only 320 by 240 currently. I think the card can do 640 by 480, but that might be pushing it. I'm not sure. But at least now I can kind of see what's going on. And let's see if I can move the camera from here. Immediately crashes the program. So I got problems. Yeah, it's hard locked. So because it's a fantastic program. So I better check and make sure the comms between this box and the controller box are working before I leave, because I'll be sadly disappointed if I get home and suddenly I can't do anything. I could work on the video, I guess. I don't know. There's plenty of work to be done, but yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that works first. So I opened up Hyperterminal, and Hyperterminal can at least talk to it. I mean, it's sending back data and whatnot. So it's on COM 1, 2400 baud, 8N1, pretty straightforward standard serial communication. Why my program up and just died immediately? That could be any reason. So that's that. So the communications do work, and if the class is implemented properly, I should be able to just log in, send the test, and run a couple different test programs and be able to analyze the video portion and then the controls portion, and then I should be able to build some kind of a server that turns that into not only the UDP video I want to do, but creates this TCP UDP communication command pathway that I haven't quite worked out yet. Anywho, it's up and running, and that makes me happy. And I'm tired. I'm gonna go home. So good night. I must be tired. I gotta go home. One last quick thing. We have this thing. I guess this is a robotic camera thingamabob. I really don't know anything about thingamabob. It's really technical. It's from what? Cam Robotics by AMX. Let's see. Is there some information on it maybe somewhere? Maybe. No, that's a city. Oh, looks like something. So, before I get into that, if you are watching and you'd like to help out, we can always use user manuals, tech manuals, any kinds of data we can find on these things. I don't really have time to dig into this thing right now, but if you can find links to it and post it in the YouTube comments below, that'll be extremely helpful. So anyways, here we go. AMX Corporation Model AXPDTC Camrobotics. I don't know how you pronounce it. Desktop camera panel. So there's the controller. It's got looks like a DB15 and a power cable and a power switch on it. And I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, there's it, and it plugs into this guy. There's a power supply. It's got a model PS2.80797. No idea what part of that is important. Probably none of it, as it's probably just a brick. 110, yeah, okay. But then you've got this guy, which looks like a distribution hub, maybe. Yep, there's a maker plate on it. Again, AMX Corporation Model AXB-CAM 0797 controller box. So there's that. And now the fun part, right? The camera itself. There's its maker plate. AMX. There it goes. AMX model CAM 1000 pan tilt head. So there's that. And then I think in concert with that, I think all of that portion has nothing to do with the camera and whatever this wonderful thing is. It has everything to do with this moving around and being controlled by that. So, and as far as the camera goes, it gets controlled by one of these Sony things here, which is probably really cool and important, but I have no idea how to control it either. But it might be plug it in and fiddle with it, as much as I know, I guess. So if you'd like to help out and find, instructions on how to use it, set it up, make it work, make it sing, dance, that'd be great. Troubleshooting manuals, always really great. Just post them in the comments below, and it'll really make life a lot easier. Now I'm ready to go home.